What's up, guys? Another update to my Riese mod. So I've actually done some weapon stuff recently, and this is going to be a quick one, and none of this is fully implemented yet, but I've decided to add all 4 of the scope snipers instead of just the Mosin Nagant. And then there's also one more weapon, and with that, now I have every single weapon in World at War in Riese. Now, there's still some things to be figured out, because I'm not sure. It's going to be way too many box weapons, so I'll have to look at what I want to do with how it works if I want to exclude some weapons, some wall weapons or what, but I don't know. I don't want to do that, so we'll see. But anyways, with the scoped rifles, what I'm thinking is each player will only be able to obtain one at a time, and the one that is according to their faction. So the American Dempsey can only get the Springfield, and that way it's like when you use the box, you're not going to have 4 scoped rifles because they're all pretty much the same. And you're just going to be able to get the one that actually corresponds to your faction. So, if you're playing as Nikolai, then you can get the scope Mosin, and it just works like that. So that way, pretty much this mod is unchanged then in terms of weapons, because I already had the scope Mosin, and that held the place of a scope rifle. And so with this addition, then it would just mean that you basically get a retextured scoped rifle, depending on who you're playing as, essentially, because, like I said, they're all very similar. So I'm going to go through them. Here we have the scoped Springfield. So I made sure to fix each scope so that the texture is accurate to like campaign. So this is the American scope right here. It's just the generic plus. I also tweaked the name a little bit. And as for the stats, like I said, I made them all unique. Sorry, I made them all identical except for the unique stats. Like there's some animation stuff that's different, like with the reloads. I'm not going to mess with that because it's all very similar, but all the actual relevant stats like damage, ammo, etc., that's all going to be the same, just for balance reasons. But I didn't go quite as far as like with the pistols, where I made them literally all 1-to-1 the same. With the rifles, there's still going to be some small differences, but all the important stuff for balance is the same. Okay, so then we get to the upgraded variant, and I came up with a name. I don't know if it's a good name, but I think it's kind of funny. It fits the America theme. The Simpsons, Homer, Springfield is where he's from, and then also it's kind of like a joke with like Homer's Odyssey. At the end of that story, he has to like precisely shoot an arrow. So it's a sniper. Kind of fits. I don't know, but you can see it has custom textures that I set up. So originally, Treyarch had some work in progress models for the upgraded rifles, but they were using the old silver texture, which like looked very basic. It didn't look all like shiny and like bluish purplish. So I had to redo the textures, and then I also redid the stats. It's like pretty much similar to the scope Mosin that I had in my original mod. I did some final tweaks, and again, they're all the same, but I think with the scope Mosin, I had made it a little bit like too OP or underpowered. I don't remember what it was, but I did some fine small adjustments to that, and then now all 4 upgraded variants are going to be the same. And in terms of the sound, it's working. It's got the actual Springfield sound with the pack-a-punch effect. And yeah, when you shoot, the muzzle flare is purple. It's a bit hard to tell, I guess. If I shoot into the sky, you can see a little bit better the purpley effect. Yeah, and so that's the upgraded Springfield. And let's see, if we go into third person, let me get the angle right. And then person. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, so I've done the weapon models for third person as well. I've redone them, so you can see it's got the smooth silver, like the bluish silver, and then if we're gonna switch between this as we go along. So now, then for the regular scope Mosin, this is just basically the same. Like I said, there's like a small tweak to the stats. I think I made it a little bit better, actually. I'm not sure, to the stats from my original version of the mod, but again, very similar. Then here's the upgrade version. Again, this is already in the mod, so nothing to go over. And then we get to the Arasaka. So this one has the Japanese scope, and it's a little bit weird, actually. I had some trouble getting used to it, but you just look at the very top of the middle line. That's where you want to shoot. Like you think you want to shoot a little bit lower, just because it makes more sense to me. But that's not the middle. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm talking about, but this scope is a little bit harder to use, I think. But I kept it just for the cool factor, so that every scope is different. I also tweaked the name to include Type 99 because that's the Arasaka is a Type 99 rifle. That's a common name it's also called by. And then the upgraded version. So I couldn't come up with a name for this one for a while, but for now I have so Arisaka is the name of the gun, and sake is like an alcohol. Not sure exactly how to say it. In Japan, that's really popular. So Arisake, and then Anonymizer is kind of like a cool name. Alcohol, anonymous, like it's kind of goes together, and plus like um, I don't know, like it's just Treyarch always has like random words for guns, like the Widowmaker, and just like words that end in ER, you know what I mean? So I think it kind of fits, but I don't know. As for the sound, you can hear pretty cool. And then I'll also show this. You can see this is the world model, all accurate to what Treyarch would officially do. And then we get to the scope car with the German scope. And this was in Noct already, so this is familiar in the zombie mode. But we do have the new upgrade version. And again, just kind of stupid name, but I just came up with it. Kraut is like a nickname for Germans in World War II. Plus it starts with a K, like Car 98, kind of fits like that. I don't know. That's what I just came up with. And then the sounds, you can hear them. And they're actually the sniper sounds, so the file in the game's root actually had the normal car sound, so I had to tweak that, so it's actually the sniper upgraded sound, not just the normal upgraded car sound. And that's it for the scoped rifles. So you can see, it's interesting though, the animation, I might actually need to fix that. I just realized like they're not doing it properly. But yeah, now let's see. We're gonna go to the other weapon. So let's go and find this. Actually, I do want to talk about the Type 100 quickly. So I've changed the texture for the Type 100. You're gonna have to go and launch the original game if you want to see what it used to look like, or look at a YouTube video. But they accidentally, or maybe it was purposeful, I don't know. They used the old texture for the upgraded Type 100 in the original game. So it's like much more silvery. It's not shiny really. It doesn't look as cool in my opinion. So I just tweaked it and made this have the standard like upgraded texture that all the other guns have, because this was the only one in the game that didn't have the same texture. And so if you compare this, like I'm going to switch weapons in a little bit to a different weapon, you can compare and see that it's like the same correct color, but it used to not be. So that's just a fun fact. And same with the third person model. I've also fixed that. Okay. So let's keep going. I'm just thinking. Okay, so here we go. This is the DP28. So this is the only other gun I added. And for now, actually, I don't even have it included in the box because I don't know if it's just getting to be the point where it's like too many box weapons. And the DP28 is never really going to be a go-to weapon anyways, because you got better choices. Like the FG42 is on the wall for LMGs, and then you also have the MG42 and Browning in the box for LMGs. So this one is just kind of in the middle of the pack. But I got it working and everything with the sounds. If we get to the upgraded version, it's standard upgraded, boosts more ammo, shoots faster, more damage, new name, did the textures and everything. I didn't want to cover the gun fully in this, like the silver etching texture, just because I thought it looked a little too much. Because, yeah, so I just gave it more of a unique look. It's like this flat silver on the rest of the gun, and just the magazine is covered, which is kind of cool. It has like you can see like a square on top, which is nice. And actually one tweak I did do is, oh, I gotta shoot. Is I did extend how long it takes to actually give you the ammo. Now when he pulls the cock back, or pulls like the lever back of the gun, it actually is when it ends the reload and you get your ammo. Because before, for both the empty reload and this reload, you can see it actually fills up that ammo always at that same spot, and so it was like kind of broken because you could just always reload cancel, which in World at War you're not really gonna reload cancel with most guns, so it kind of stuck out to me with this one. So I fixed that. You can also check this. This is the third person model. But what else? I guess that's pretty much it. with the weapon. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on the mod. It's already released again, as I said in the previous video. You can download it and check and like test it out and let me know if you see any bugs. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the video now.